Now, the Subway Final Word.
Alvarez trying.
Welcome back to the Subway Final Word, everybody. Pedro Alvarez has 9 home runs, but he's only hitting .209. He was recently moved from cleanup to 6th in the batting order. He has had success at 6th spot during his career. Should the Pirates pay Pedro Alvarez big money if he can't succeed as a cleanup hitter? Rob, what do you think?
I guess the question is, are you saying should they or can they or will they or must they?
Will they have the opportunity to?
If it should they, I mean, if the choice is between paying him and having Bob Nutting, eating cat food and sleeping in the subway, then no, then probably not. It'd be immoral.
They do that in West Virginia anyway, Rob.
Well, true. On a couch in the subway, a burning couch. But the fact is that the economics of the game are what they are. He's a guy who's going to make $15, $20 million a year wherever he goes in a few years when he turns free agent. The Pirates can't change the economics of the game. If you want to be a big league team, if you want to put a big league product on the field, you have to pay big league salaries.
Yeah, and in this particular case, you have to go through Scott Boras, who tells all of his clients, every last one of them, to hang on until they have a chance to test the open market. He tells his guys that when they're with the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Dodgers. He's going to tell the same thing to Pedro Alvarez and to Garrett Cole. Not everything is within your control. I still think the Pirates do have a tough decision as to whether or not even to make a big offer. I'm of the opinion that this whole conversation can change in 2 weeks, because it always does with Pedro. He goes on one of these tears and all of a sudden everybody's terrified that they won't be able to keep him. But Pedro is going to be this type of player, I think, for the duration of his career. And unless he can show that he can get an on-base percentage at least consistently up around 300 or a little bit higher, that's going to be a problem, because the home runs aren't going to outweigh it.
Can they put players around him in the lineup that will complement him? That's another question, too, that needs to be explored.
Players with heart.
Right.
Mark, I'm going to add something to your portion of the question. Do they need to trade him now when his value is up before they have to go through this and not have the money and they can get some decent return?
I'm not so sure how high his value is this second, Bill.
Yeah.
But they ain't going to be able to afford him. Scott Boras will have him go to New York, which is where Pedro ultimately wants to go anyway, where he grew up. So Pedro going to leave. The problem is who's going to replace him at third and who's going to hit home runs. But
Josh Harrison.
Yeah, right. There's no doubt Pedro's going to leave, none whatsoever. So again, the discussion of this is moot. It's foolish. It's borderline time wasting. But then again, I know that's what late night TV is all about. Free Wiz Khalifa. Free Wiz Khalifa.
Rob, Mark, David, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Maybe I'm the only one that was bothered by this, but did anyone else have a problem with the way the final moments of the Indianapolis 500 was broadcast today? I understand the networks want to build as much drama into an event as possible, but today, with just a few laps to go in the 500, the director of the race decided to go split screen of the race, and the girlfriend of Elio Castroneves and the wife of Ryan Hunter-Reay became center stage, and you couldn't see the biggest move of the race. My problem with that is while they had the split screen up, the biggest pass of the race, the biggest move in Ryan Hunter-Reay's life was taking place, and you really couldn't see it. Maybe that's why no one watches the Indianapolis 500 anymore. Again, building drama is great, but many times it's the sport itself that you need to see. Until next time, everybody, I'm Bill Phillips, and that's the final word.